Best English practice.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling English fluency. It's something many of you have highlighted, and you sent in some great material. So our aim is to sort of boil it down.
Yeah, exactly. Find the practical ways you can actually, improve how easily and smoothly you speak.
We want to give you actionable strategies, basically. No fluff, just the key insights from what you shared.
And maybe avoid that feeling of information overload too.
Definitely. And let's jump right in with a big one. This idea that fluency means sounding like a native speaker.
Yes. That's a really common misconception, isn't it?
It seems to be. We should probably tackle that right away.
Absolutely. Because the sources you shared, they really emphasize that fluency isn't, perfect mimicry. It's not about zero errors either.
So what is it then at its core?
It's really about expressing your thoughts, your ideas with a certain ease, smoothly, without struggling too much.
Ease and smoothness. Okay.
The main goal is just effective communication. Can you get your message across?
That's such a relief to hear, probably for many listeners. Because even native speakers, well, they hesitate, right? They say, or...
All the time.
Yeah.
We pause, we backtrack, we correct ourselves. It's just how people talk.
So that striving for perfection, it's maybe not the most helpful goal.
Probably counterproductive, actually. It can make you afraid to speak. The real aim is clarity, making sure people understand you.
Right. Which kind of leads us to something else that came up again and again in the materials.
Let me guess. Daily practice.
You got it. Daily practice. It seems like the absolute foundation.
It really is. It's the bedrock. You can't build fluency without it. Consistently showing up.
And one of the articles made a really strong case that short bursts are better, like 15, maybe 30 minutes a day.
Much better than, say, one huge 3-hour session on a Saturday.
Why is that, do you think? What does that daily contact do?
Well, it helps your brain start almost rewiring itself. It encourages you to think in English rather than constantly doing that mental translation from your native language.
Okay. So it bypasses the translation step over time.
Exactly. Think of it like muscle memory for your brain. The more you do it consistently, the more automatic it becomes. Less effort.
And there were some good practical examples in the sources too. Things like reading aloud.
Yeah, reading aloud is great. Even talking to yourself.
Does that really work? Talking to yourself?
Oh, absolutely. It's zero pressure practice. You can narrate what you're doing, plan your day out loud in English.
Yeah.
Or, of course, finding language partners.
Right. Real conversation.
Real interaction. All these things help build those pathways.
Okay. Another big strategy mentioned was learning phrases, not just single words.
Yes. Phrases. Or sometimes people call them chunks or collocations. Super important for sounding natural.
Can you break that down a bit? What's the difference?
Well, instead of just learning the word go, you learn things like go for a walk, go shopping, go out tonight.
So you learn the words that naturally hang out together.
Precisely. It's like learning mini sentences almost. Prepackaged units. Think about greetings you say, how are you, as a whole thing.
Yeah, you don't really think about the individual words. How are you?
Exactly. Learning these chunks lets you speak more, fluidly. You're not building every sentence from scratch, word by word.
It sounds much more efficient.
It is. And it helps with rhythm and intonation, too, because you learn the natural flow of those phrases.
There was even a little dialogue example in the materials, wasn't there?
Yeah, a simple one. Something like,
hey, Maya, free tonight?
Yeah, I am. Want to go for dinner? Something like that.
Sounds good. That new place downtown.
Perfect. See you there at 7.
Very natural, right? Because it uses those common combinations.
Okay, got it. Chunks, not just words. What else? There was something called shadowing.
Shadowing. Yes.
Yeah.
A really powerful technique. Have you tried it?
I've heard of it, but maybe explain it quickly.
Sure. So you listen to a native speaker, maybe a YouTube video, podcast, movie clip.
And you repeat exactly what they say as they say it, or immediately after, like an echo.
So you're copying everything. Speed, tone.
Everything. Speed, rhythm, intonation, pauses. The whole melody of the speech.
So you're not really focusing on the meaning at first?
Not necessarily, no. It's more about the physical act of producing the sounds, the rhythm, the flow. It helps your mouth get used to forming English sounds naturally.
Interesting. It connects your listening and speaking skills directly.
Exactly. It improves pronunciation, your feel for sentence stress, intonation. It helps you internalize the music of English.
I like that, the music of English. Okay, another big shift mentioned was thinking in English.
Right. moving that internal monologue away from translation.
That sounds hard. How do you even start?
Small steps. The sources suggested starting really simple, like just notice everyday thoughts.
Like what?
Instead of thinking the equivalent in your language, try to just think, I'm hungry, or it's cold today, or need milk.
Just those basic, everyday observations.
Yeah. Start there. Try to label things around you in English in your head. Or narrate simple actions. I'm making coffee.
So the idea is to create little moments of English thinking throughout the day.
Exactly. You're trying to build that direct pathway. The more you do it, the less you rely on translating, which is often what slows people down and makes speech sound hesitant.
That makes sense. Translation is like an extra step that gets in the way of fluency.
It really can be. So even a few minutes of conscious English thinking daily can make a surprising difference.
Okay, this is all really practical. But what about mistakes? The fear of messing up, that holds a lot of people back.
Oh, massively. And the materials were really clear on this. Mistakes are okay. More than okay. They're necessary.
Necessary.
Absolutely. They're part of learning. You can't improve without making them. Think about it. How else do you learn what works and what doesn't?
That's true. It's feedback.
It is. And even fluent speakers, native speakers included, make slips. We stumble over words, use the wrong preposition sometimes. The key thing is,
Keep talking.
keep talking. Don't let the fear stop you. Focus on getting your message across, not on being perfect. Communication over perfection.
That's a great mantra. Communication over perfection.
If someone understands you, even with a small grammar mistake, you've succeeded. Fluency grows from that willingness to communicate, imperfections and all.
Okay, so we've talked about daily practice, phrases, shadowing, thinking in English, embracing mistakes. How do we pull this all together? One source had a kind of daily plan, right?
Yes, a really nice, simple 5-step routine, very manageable.
Okay, walk us through it. Step 1.
Step 1, listen. About 10 minutes. Podcasts, news, music, whatever. Just immerse your ears in English.
Okay, 10 minutes listening. Step 2.
Shadowing, just 5 minutes. Pick a short clip and mimic the speaker.
5-minute shadowing. Got it. Step 3.
Think in English, another 5 minutes. Consciously try to have your internal thoughts in English. Narrate your actions. Plan your day.
5 minutes thinking. Step 4.
Speak out loud for 5 to 10 minutes. Talk to yourself, record yourself, talk to a pet, or ideally a language partner.
Okay, 5-10 minutes speaking. And the last step.
Learn 3 new phrases or chunks each day. Not just words, remember, but useful phrases you can actually use.
Listen 10, shadow 5, think 5, speak 5-10, learn 3 phrases.
That's it. It's maybe 30 minutes total. But doing that consistently, that's where the magic happens.
It sounds doable, not overwhelming.
Exactly. Small, consistent actions compound over time. You will see improvements in fluency if you stick to something like that.
So wrapping up this deep dive, the big message from your materials seems to be fluency is reachable. It's about ease, smoothness, not perfection.
And it comes from consistent practice listening, speaking, thinking in the language.
Using phrases, trying things like shadowing, and crucially, letting go of that fear of making mistakes.
Focus on communication. That's the goal.
So with all that in mind, here's something for you, the listener, to think about. Based on everything we've discussed, what's just one small change, one tiny step you could realistically add to your routine starting today?
Just one thing to actively boost your English fluency.
Think about it and maybe give it a try.